Hey guys, so this is going to be our first flip video of the year. So make sure while you're watching, you're taking notes on those guided notes pages that I gave you in class. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the basic United States and North Carolina geography. Okay, that's our first unit in social studies. So, United States geography. I'm sure you guys have already heard about this. You know this stuff. This is just going to be a review. We have some major areas in the United States. We talk about the North, the Northeast, the Northwest, the West, the East, the South, the Southeast, and the Southwest. Of course, each of these areas has distinct culture, distinct weather patterns, and distinct land masses. Okay. So the Northeast, that's east of the Appalachian Mountains and north of the Mason-Dixon line. So you'll see the states there on your screen that are included in the Northeast. Okay, when we start talking about early exploration, those states are going to be really important because they were some of the first states in our country. Okay, the climate is cooler than it is here in North Carolina and really cold winters, right? Cooler summers and cold winters. So they have the kind of snow that many of us try to avoid in North Carolina. The industry there is, or the economy there is mostly industry. So we have a lot of plants and factories and things like that. Of course, you can see on your map that the Atlantic Ocean is there, and north of the Northeast is our neighbor, Canada. There are lots and lots of port cities, so places that we import goods and export goods from the United States. The next is the Southeast. That's us. We're in the Southeast. We are south of the Ohio River and east of the Mississippi River. And of course we know, because we're right in the middle of it, we have hot summers and we have milder winters. If this is your first winter here in the Southeast, you might be surprised that we have a little bit of snow and we get out of school for it, right? Because we have milder winters. We're not accustomed to that kind of really cold snow like the Northeast. The economy is agricultural and service industry. We have a lot of tourism in the Southeast. The Midwest, it's located between the Appalachian Mountains and the Rocky Mountains. They have a lot of agriculture, a lot of livestock. There are 4 distinct and specific seasons in the Midwest. They have colder winters, warmer summers, and a spring and a fall that are very specific and distinct. In the West, they're located to the west of the Rocky Mountains. The West also includes Hawaii and Alaska, which are not part of the contiguous United States, of course, we know. And so because there's such a variety of land in this, you can see the West goes from the top of the United States all the way to the bottom of the United States, close to Mexico, close to Canada, out in the Pacific Ocean, that there's a very varied climate, right? And the economy is also quite varied. One of the things that probably the most popular thing that we know about is that obviously California has a lot of tourism. Hawaii and Alaska have a lot of tourism, but also in California, most people will know about Hollywood and about Silicon Valley. The Southwest. So you see California is included there too. There are 2 kinds of distinct spots in California. We'll talk about that later when we get to westward expansion. There's livestock. There's mining. The climate is hot and dry. Just a little tidbit of information. Miss Lauer's mother lives in the Southwest, right outside of Albuquerque. So it's a place near and dear to my heart. Okay. So North Carolina. North Carolina also has distinct regions. So we can talk about how the United States looks different in the different regions, but our state also looks different with the different regions. We have the Tidewater area, which makes sense, right? It's where the tide waters come in. So the barrier islands and those places, the coastal plain, the Piedmont, and the mountains. And we'll talk about each of those specifically. Okay. The Tidewater region, water everywhere in the Tidewater region. We have a little bit of mainland and the Outer Banks. Some of our key vocabulary: capes, inlets, sounds, and barrier islands. We'll go over those in class this week, so don't worry if you've never heard of those before. Okay, we have Cape Fear, Cape Hatteras, Wilmington, and lots of coastal towns. The coastal plains, it's rich, fertile soil. It includes sand hills, the Sandhills area, which are sandy rolling hills, lots of pine trees in the Sandhills area as well. It also includes Pinehurst. So when you think about the coastal plains, you can think about a place that looks like a beautiful rolling golf course. The Piedmont, that's where we live. It's known for red clay soil. If you've ever played outside for too long, you've seen this red clay soil around here. It's the reason why we have lots of potters in our area, people who like to make pottery, right? There's a fall line that separates the Piedmont and the coastal plain regions. There are slightly higher elevations, but this is not in a mountainous region, right? We do have a mountain region, though. If anybody's ever seen this picture here, this is the viaduct around Grandfather Mountain and the Blue Ridge Parkway. Beautiful area, right? The Blue Ridge Mountains are part of the Appalachian Mountains. Folks who hike the entirety of the Appalachian Trail hike through the Blue Ridge Mountains, right? Mount Mitchell is in North Carolina, and it is the highest mountain east of the Rocky Mountains. So we are home to the highest elevation east of the Rocky Mountains, and they're like hugely high, right? Much, much different than ours. Okay. So here's our key vocabulary for this week. Sound, cape, inlet, barrier island, fall line, sandhills, elevation, and bald. Those 8 words will be on our quiz on Friday. So you want to make sure that you pay close attention in class. And if you're not sure about the words, what they mean after we talk about it in class, then you want to make sure that you look those words up or come see me during flight school. Okay, so our first quiz of the year will be on this unit, okay? It'll be Friday. We will review on Thursday, and I want you to make sure you study.